Hey, gorgeous gigglers. You know I love changing up my look, but it really takes a toll on my hair health. To keep it looking gorgeous, I use K18's Viral Molecular Repair Mask. It reverses damage in just 4 minutes, so I get strong, soft, bouncy hair again with just one use. I love it, stylists trust it, and their patented science is legit. Pop by your nearest Sephora to discover my K18 favorite. Or try it 10% off with code GIGGLY on your first order at K18hair.com. That's code GIGGLY at K18hair.com. Sometimes hosting can be a little bit stressful and you always have to have a plethora of drink options. And I'm not the best at mixing different cocktails, and that's where Sun Cruiser comes in. Sun Cruiser is a refreshing iced tea and vodka drink. It's a non-carbonated, so no bubbles fill you up or have you burping, and it's only 100 calories. It's so easy when people come over to just offer them drinks that already taste good, easy cleanup. Here you go, no mixing, no adding chasers. And Sun Cruiser inspires good times, and it brings the sunny vibes to you. So no matter where you're hosting, if you're in an apartment this fall or you're in a house and it's getting chilly, it's still summer vibes with Sun Cruiser. So crack one open today and let the good times cruise.
Sup, gigglers?
Gary, fix the Wi-Fi.
Manifest that shit.
We can't be managed. I mean, the day just got away from me.
You always have to cough.
I know.
And it's like the worst thing you could possibly do in this day and age.
It's like a nervous. I know.
A nervous cough.
Isn't it crazy that a cough is the worst social thing you could do right now?
Yeah, now if you have to cough or sneeze, you have to like get up and leave the building.
But let's talk about this.
Yeah. No, I was talking about it right now. I'm like, we are talking about it. Anyway, you guys, welcome to Giggly Squad. We pressed record and Paige was like confused about it, but we're here.
Wait, have you ever noticed that when we're both laughing really hard at something, we actually change our laugh to be the exact same laugh? We both go, ha, ha, ha. And we have like a synchronization.
Also, when you hang out with someone, you know when you start doing things like laughing like them and you start turning into them.
Yeah.
I do tell everyone, laughing at the same time is true intimacy, and that's what best friends do.
I like when you're hanging out with someone and then you start to use like their jargon.
Yeah, do you remember when we started saying dude all the time for everything? We'd be like, dude.
Wait, I was with one of my guy friends and we were talking about like things that piss you off about the opposite sex. And he said, you know what I really hate? And I was like, what? And he goes, when girls are talking to me and telling me a story and they say dude or bro. And I just looked at him and I was like, is that a personal attack on me? And he was like, I just think I don't find it attractive. And I was like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Also, you are a dude, you are a bro. It's weirder when a dude calls you a bro because you're like, oh, then why have you been putting your dick in me?
See, I like it. Like, because then I feel like I'm a homie, you know? He's like, I'm like, oh, he sees me as like a friend, like he can chill with.
And that's the ultimate compliment when a guy sees you as a bro. And then next thing you know, it's more than that if it's meant to be. Anyway, welcome to Giggly Squad. This is the longest. This is 2 minutes into our intro. We are giggly today. And I think it's because we have a holiday coming up. We love a holiday on Giggly Squad.
Love a holiday.
What's your typical Thanksgiving look, LEWK?
As the Kim Kardashian of my family, I have Thanksgiving at my mom's house, like my parents' house.
Is Gary Chloe?
Wow, I feel like that's an indirect insult.
No, it means that he's funny, but he's not the hottest of the family.
I'm definitely the prettiest in my family.
Yeah.
No, just
Gary
kidding.
knows you're prettier than him. That wasn't like a diss. Gary, I love you and your masculine face.
Yeah, Gary's probably the Chloe. Like, everyone really fucks with Gary, but like, I am the true star.
But like when people want to do a photo shoot, they lose Gary's number.
Right.
They somehow can't find it.
But as I walk down my stairs to go to Thanksgiving,
I feel like every day is like prom to you in that house.
Literally. Also, the fact that my parents have like a spiral staircase. Do you know how many times I'm like, oh my God, when it's my wedding? And they're like, okay.
You ever walk down and people missed it, so you walk back up and do it again?
Of course. Of course.
Do you ever drunkenly fall down it?
I've never drunkenly fallen down, but I have like walked down and been like, hello, was anyone going to say they loved my outfit? And my parents just look at me like they're so sick of outfits.
But what's your Thanksgiving outfit? Like, what do you think people should wear on Thanksgiving? Especially this Thanksgiving. It's going to be weird. All the people are not going to be there probably because we're not supposed to travel or see too many people.
Right.
So it's probably just your parents and maybe a boyfriend or brother or sister. What do you wear?
I love dressing up. So I always get dressed up, whether it's 4 people or 1,000 people. Like I'm going to wear what I want. Yeah, I'm my own person. So I typically wear something like Thanksgiving-y, like a little bit dressy, maybe like a mini skirt and boots and like a chunky sweater or something. Or I go full homeless. There's no in between.
Wait, I totally see you with a leather boot. Or yeah, you wear like one of your nasty gal sweatsuits.
Sometimes I don't even do that. I've had many a Thanksgiving so hungover in like ex-boyfriend sweatshirts, and my mom's just like, oh, we have family coming over. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to throw up. So keep it to yourself, Kim.
Also, when you're deciding a Thanksgiving outfit, don't go high-waisted. You really have to think about the waist in this, because if you want to unzip the whole time, that's fine. But like, wear a yoga pant, wear sweatpants, wear something with a stretchy, band.
Yeah. I actually don't. I know
you're about
it's like
to say you don't bloat, because I will punch you in the face. I'll punch you in the throat.
So weird. I don't bloat and I don't sweat. I just like I'm so small and I glisten.
I bloat after one bite of anything. I turn into I have a whole new body.
I feel like my mom has really figured out Thanksgiving Day in terms of like spacing the food. So we eat like really, really early. We basically have Thanksgiving lunch. And then when everyone's actually eating their Thanksgiving dinner, that's when we're popping off with turkey sandwiches.
Oh, so you're already doing leftovers by that time?
Yeah, we're on that leftover.
I know
shit
Kim
by,
doesn't
like,
skip
8
the
p.m.
dessert. So when is the dessert?
No. Desserts whenever you want it to be. But we do Thanksgiving dinner at like 1:32. Then we all chill. Some people are having like pie or whatever. Then by nighttime, we're doing turkey sandwiches and games. Like we get competitive. We're a big Family Feud family.
Ooh, I love that.
And my dad's the moderator, and he couldn't be more perfect for the job.
Wait, so you like do your own, like he becomes Steve Harvey?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got Invisalign and I have trouble speaking a little. Wait. How do you think of the answers? Like you have
it's a board game. Like the questions
are
I
thought you
written.
literally produced a whole show.
What are we, masterminds? No.
Yeah, you're definitely.
You can buy this game.
You can buy it. She goes, go to Amazon. I do think turkey gets a lot of hate. Like I love how people suddenly are like, watch out. You get tired after eating turkey because of the tryptophan. People love saying tryptophan.
People love it.
When it's like, bitch, it's not the tryptophan. You ate 4,000 calories and you're a food coma.
Like I have turkey sandwiches all the time in the regular year, and no one's talking about tryptophan.
No, and when people say it, they also feel so smart. I do, at least. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, tryptophan. Same. Oh, the tryptophan. Also, I think tryptophan might just be like a made-up thing by the government trying to get us to sleep.
We should secretly play a game like how many times people in your family say tryptophan, and you have to take a shot every single time someone brings it up.
That's a Giggly Squad game. Drink every time you hear tryptophan, because it's annoying, and it's also really hard to say when you're wearing your Invisalign. But also, I was thinking about turkey. People say it's like very dry and stuff, and they love hating on it. But I was thinking like your plate is like a boy band. On Thanksgiving. Just bear with me. You can't have every part of the plate like a hot guy. Like a boy band cannot be all hot guys. You need a Joey Fatone. You need like an ugly guy in the back who's actually really good at singing and does all the hard work, and then like the fancy players doing it.
I can't believe you just played Joey Fatone like that.
Joey Fatone knows his role. We all love Joey, but like he doesn't have the jawline to be in the front.
Right.
So like with turkey, it's like you can't have a bomb-ass cranberry, stuffing, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, and then also have like you need the basic turkey as a vehicle to shove all that in your mouth that like you don't want to have sex with, and it's just like steady and good and solid.
How depressing. If someone ever described me as just like, oh, she's just like steady, she's good, she's solid, I won't want to have sex with her, but I like her presence.
I'm basically like, if you want to have sex with your turkey this Thanksgiving, it's an issue. But what's your favorite part of the plate?
Okay, here's a hot take. I feel like the way you put things on your plate is very specific to your personality.
The feng shui.
The feng shui of your plate says a lot about who you are as a human. So some people can't have things touching. You know, like there's separate sections for each thing. Like, okay, my peas are over here. My mashed potatoes are over here.
I love that you brought this up. It's very important.
And then there's other people that are just slopping on, you know, just going to town. I would say I'm like a middle of the road person. Like my things can touch, that's fine. But I'm not like mixing it all together, making like a pot pie on my plate.
Yeah, I have a hot take. Obviously, like I don't want my plate to be like a Catholic school dance where like the nuns are like, no, 6 inches, 6 inches. You don't need to socially distance your food. I think as Italians, we're very into dipping. Like,
we love a sauce.
You love a sauce, you love a dip. So I will love to take a turkey, put cranberry on it, throw a little mac and cheese on it, a little gravy. I think that people who don't want their foods to touch have serious intimacy issues and need to go to therapy. That's my hot take. Like, I don't trust people whose food can't touch. Like, what are you scared of? Who hurt you?
I agree. I think it's weird. I love that you said that Italians love like a dip. It's so true.
Like, have you ever gotten pasta with no bread and been like, can I speak to the manager? Yeah. Like, it's like insulting. Like, am I supposed to dip my finger in it?
I also hate being at a restaurant and there's like that one person that you're at dinner with and they're like, no bread for me. And I'm like, okay, you don't need to shame everyone else that like you're not having bread. Just don't take it. You know, like don't announce it to the table.
Don't eat it and let me have it later.
Yeah, shut up. Like, oh, no, I'm not doing bread. I'm like,
Yeah, people talk about bread like it's poison. Bread is actually like the glue that keeps people together. Yeah, the backbone of society. And society's not doing great, so I don't know what that says. What if you had to be a Thanksgiving food, which Thanksgiving food would you be?
I mean, so easy. So easy. The turkey, because I like to be the center of attention at all times. I like people to talk about me all day.
Good or bad, we don't care.
Like, yeah, I don't care. Keep my name in your mouth. Like, is it going to be good? Are we like? Do you think it came out good? Everyone's checking on it all day.
Is it too skinny? Is it too fat?
They're like poking it. And
Is
they're
it
like,
too
I think
tan?
it's ready. Yeah. Too tan.
Did it get too much sun?
And then you have it, and you're like, it's okay.
Like, it was way more fun to talk about.
I feel like that is a conversation that all of my ex-boyfriends have had with someone about me. Like, yeah, no, she was good. Like, it was good.
Like, it looks better in photos.
Yeah. I'll get a different brand next year.
I do have to say, so stuffing, my Nana makes like a stuffing that's like very moist.
Okay.
Sorry for using that word. I know it's triggering for some people.
Yeah, it is. And not for me, though. I kind of like it.
I love that.
Yeah.
She uses like sausages in it.
Oh, you do like meat stuffing.
Yeah, it's Italian
we do that
stuffing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then
okay.
we also have the like box stuffing.
Right. Same.
So you have the options to mix it.
Okay,
so
Italian people who aren't Italian don't know about meat stuffing.
It's the
I don't
best.
think.
It like melts in your mouth.
You
It's
put
like
it. Do you put
chewy.
it on your sandwiches after too?
Put it on everything.
Yeah, I put it on everything.
Put it on my ice cream. But I feel like I'd be stuffing because, you know, I have multiple personalities. I'm full of carbs at all times.
Yep.
I can have like a dry personality, and sometimes I have nuts in me.
Wait, that took me
It took you like 7 seconds.
to get.
And I was just looking at you over Zoom like, na, 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 na.
Oh wow, I've actually never had stuffing with nuts in it.
Paige loves a good dick joke. I feel
Yeah, I
like
do.
there's some nut in it. Or people who are allergic to nuts are like, oh,
Yeah, I
don't
try
know.
and stay away from people who are allergic to nuts.
yeah, they do ruin the fun a lot of the time.
Yeah, they do.
Do you know that, like, if you wanted, okay, this is going to be a hot take, but if you
Okay.
wanted to murder your ex-boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
you can just eat like a PB&J if you found out he's allergic to peanut butter and like make out with him.
That's some dark.
And then just be like, oh my God, I forgot.
that
They're like,
you-
why are you eating a PB&J at 2 a.m.? And you're like, who doesn't? It's actually a really great 2
I'm
a.m.
like, come on over here. I don't think I've ever had a boyfriend who is allergic to nuts, but I'll keep it in the back of my head because I'm sure I'll have one at some point in my life.
So final question about Thanksgiving, because now
Mhm.
we're on 15 minutes about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Growing up in Brooklyn, New York, it's not like very neighborhoody. I've never had a Thanksgiving Eve. I didn't even know it was a thing
Oh
until
my
about
God.
like even after college. Like we don't have like one bar in Brooklyn that like all the local kids would go to.
Right.
Do you have Thanksgiving Eve?
Okay. Thanksgiving Eve is my holiday. It's my Super Bowl, if you will. I have participated in Thanksgiving Eve since my freshman year in college.
Oh
And
my
when
God.
I say participated, I mean my outfit was planned weeks in advance for this, because not only are you rolling up to your neighborhood bar, but which is down the street from my home, about a 4-minute Uber drive, which back then was a cab drive or my dad. So Thanksgiving Eve is the one night only that you see every guy you've ever hooked up with in your hometown. You see their ex-girlfriend, you see their new girlfriend, you see them in high school that you did, but like you have to talk to. It is the craziest night of existence.
And so people just get hammered because that sounds super anxiety producing.
No, everyone just gets hammered. It's so packed you can't even move.
And you're like, I never even liked you, Steven. I never even liked your stupid haircut.
Yeah, like you have conversations with people. I feel like every Thanksgiving Eve I have the same conversation with a different guy, and it's like, do you know I always had a crush on you? And they're like, you did? Why didn't you ever tell me? I think I've
like,
had that conversation the past 5 years.
Hey, Brad, come over here. And they're like, it's John. And I'm like, John, I've always had a crush on you. And they're
remember
like,
that
you literally
time,
never
sophomore
spoke to
year?
me.
I've gone blackout the past, I don't know, 10 Thanksgiving Eves.
What do you drink?
Anything.
Yeah.
That night, there's no rules. I'll switch to tequila, back to vodka, back to gin. Like, it's just wild.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was the first year I went out on Thanksgiving Eve, and I looked around and I said, the girl that everyone is looking at being like, oh my God,
What
I've
year did
heard
she
about
graduate?
her. Yeah, like what year was that? Is she like 30 now? And I'm like, oh my God. Because it's the night where like people you went to high school with, their younger siblings are now out and like experiencing Thanksgiving Eve, and you're like,
You're like, who let them in? But then they're
Yeah.
like, who let those old people in?
yeah, they're like, well, we're 21 now, and I'm like, you're kidding me. Like, and then you have to leave. But I've
Like, their
spent
brains aren't fully formed. They shouldn't be allowed yet.
not at all.
Neither
Not
are ours, though,
at
really.
all.
Wait, so do people try to like show off, like, I'm doing well now, like a reunion, and like buy a ton of shots for people? Like, is there that, like, are people trying to show, like, ooh, I lost weight, or ooh, like, I have a new hot boyfriend?
No, I don't feel like it's that. I always go out with the same people every year, and that's my brother. I'm like, Gary, we're going out on Thanksgiving Eve.
Chloe.
No, I don't feel like people try and show off, but you definitely have to look your best, because that's like the only time once a year that these people are seeing you.
Yeah. Not on Instagram.
Right.
When you got on the show, were you nervous for your first Thanksgiving Eve after for people to be like, oh my God, that girl does reality TV now?
Yeah,
Or that girl
kind
kissed a
of.
guy in reality
Because
TV?
there have been times that I've been out like in my hometown, and I could tell people were talking about me, and obviously because I'm so anxiety ridden, I'm like, oh my God, they hate me. They're probably like, ew, that loser. She's like on reality TV.
You're like, she has a friend who got eaten out in reality TV. What a whore.
So I get super nervous, but no one's ever like come up to me and been rude. But
I feel
like
people either pretend they don't watch the show when they do, and then you're like, oh shoot, I guess they must hate it or something, but they're
Yeah.
trying to be like chill, or they do watch the show and they're just like, yeah, we love it, let's talk about it, and you're like, yes.
it is funny because I've caught people in like, oh, like I don't watch it, and I'm like, oh, like don't worry about it, like you
Yeah.
shouldn't, it's trash. Like don't, like trying to make it not awkward.
Yeah.
And then like 2 more sentences into the conversation, they're like, oh yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, but you didn't watch.
Oh.
I'm like, oh,
Oh,
okay, cool. No, it's fine. Like, it's almost like they want to make me feel bad that I'm on it, but then they're like, but you watch it, so.
It's definitely awkward because you don't know what kind of game they're playing with you emotionally. But
Right. Right. Are you trying to compliment me or insult me? Like, either way, I'm fine
you're like,
with
I'll
it.
go with either one.
Yeah, just like if you want to insult me, I'll jump on that bandwagon. Like, I hate myself too. Like, I get it. But like, just let me know what we're doing.
Oh my God. Well, I'm excited for Thanksgiving. I feel like a lot of people might not be with their families. So we hope that we gave you a little giggle for this. And we're just grateful for all the gigglers. We're so grateful.
Yeah, that's what we're grateful for this year. We're grateful for this community that we built from ashes. Like, literally, we're at like the lowest points in our lives. We're like, what? We live with our parents again. And like, what are we doing?
And let's not
we
forget
built
my
this
cats,
amazing
but-
community, and I'm so thankful for it, and I love it.
And this podcast is actually my favorite part of the week because we're forced
I
to
get
talk shit with
jacked
each
up
other.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because like we're kind of getting busier now. So I
Yeah.
don't know necessarily if I FaceTime you if you're going to be like full focused on like they want to talk.
Right.
But back then, like we're at any time I'd be like, yes, I need someone to talk to.
Right.
And now
right.
you'd be like, oh, I'm doing a shoot. And I'm like, so she doesn't love me anymore. Let's do some front page news.
Okay. This is a big one, and this just started. Oh, wow. I have it like committed to memory. I didn't even screenshot it. Like, how deep are you in TikTok?
I was so deep in it in quarantine, and then I like took a break emotionally, and now like I'm you know, there's like the reels thing.
You
so
flirt
like,
with the idea of it.
I'm flirting with it, but I don't go into it because I get scared.
Okay, so let me just give you like a little backstory. Charlie D'Amelio, you obviously know who she is. She's 16. Her sister Dixie is 19. I love both of their names, but that's beside the point.
Cute Italian girls that
Cute Italian.
did a couple dances and blew the fuck up.
Right. So they recently moved to LA because now they're like blowing up.
Where are they from?
Chicago.
Okay.
I always thought Dixie was younger than Charlie for some reason. I don't know, but I'm stupid. So they have this YouTube show. I think that they're all trying to have reality shows. Like, not everyone can do it. No, we got it. We got it.
Interesting.
We got it.
Stay in your lane, dicks.
So I think that they're all trying to have reality TV shows like The Sway House, The Hype House, and I'm sure they'll get it at some point. But they have this YouTube show where it's their mom and dad and the two of them, and they all are having dinner, and then they invite a guest. So the guest was that makeup artist, James Charles.
James Charles. Are they interesting enough? Like, I know their dances
No.
are great, but are
No.
they interesting enough to have like?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So I would never watch this YouTube show like on my own accord, but because there was so much drama happening from it, I was like, okay, I need to watch like the full episode to really get what people are saying about it.
And side note, before we delve into the drama of it, when you said, Hannah, are you into TikTok? I recently posted a TikTok, a quite wholesome TikTok of me and this little girl doing a dance because I went to this like friend's place who has a daughter. I mean, she's like an older friend. Anyway, and the daughter is 11. And she was like, she has frizzy, curly, beautiful red hair. And she's like, I want to cut my hair short. And I was like, why? Like, I feel like if you go short, it'll be like really, really puffy. Because right now it like holds it down because it's long. And she goes, I want my hair to be like Charlie D'Amelio's. And I go, you mean she has straight black hair? And she goes, yeah, but she dyed it pink in the front. So I want to dye pink in the front and then black and short. And I was like, wait, you're obsessed with Charlie. And she goes, yeah, Charlie's my everything. So like, we're not her demographic.
No.
Her demographic is like an 11-year-old.
Right. So this YouTube show is like a full production. Like, you can tell that there's producers all around. Like, they want this to be a thing. The dad and the mom kind of not host it, but they kind of keep the conversation going in terms of like they're asking the guest like questions. But it's not like, it's not good. Like, they're not, no one's funny.
What are Charlie and Dixie doing?
So the whole thing was that they came off bratty. Now look, Charlie is 16 years old. You know, that's a child. You're a kid. You have you just got famous in a year. Obviously she's going to say some shit that like you wouldn't say at 27 or 28, like,
But
whatever.
it's also interesting, like, it's edited. Like, they kept
It is
in.
edited. So they have a personal chef who made them this big like paella and like this big dinner, whatever. Dixie took a bite of like a snail. It was in the paella and she threw up. People were saying that was her disrespecting the chef. Then she went out on her Instagram and was like, everyone on my team knows that I have a really weak stomach and I throw up a lot. So the producers were trying to get me to have a reaction. That's why they made me eat the snail. It had nothing to do with the chef and what he cooked. Then Charlie said, I think it would be really cool that I got 1 million followers and in the same year I reached 100 million. And James Charles was like, oh, the 95 million wasn't good enough. And she was saying like, no, obviously it is, but I just think it would be like so cool if it was an even number and I'd gone from 1 million to 100 million. Like, that's crazy. She wasn't saying it in like, I need 100 million. Like, she was being a 16-year-old kid who just got famous and was like, wouldn't it be cool if I reached this milestone within 1 year? People lost their minds. They're trying to cancel both of them. The comments on their TikToks are insane. I mean, people telling the girls to kill themselves.
It's also insane because you have to think of perspective. Like, do you remember when we used to just get like, when we got double-digit likes on Instagram?
Yep. When you
like
hit
it
11.
wasn't names and you hit 11, you're like, like I literally, if you scrolled on
turned
my
into
Instagram,
Lady Gaga. You're like, iconic, never been done before, groundbreaking. I'm like,
and for people to understand, like, it's like money. Like, once you start making money, that 10,000 feels like the $10 it used to when you were little.
1,000%.
So like
1,000%.
I don't think they did anything wrong.
They did nothing wrong.
This is the thing that I actually learned from Taylor Strecker that I'm so happy we brought up is the art of trolldom.
Yeah.
The stages of how someone becomes a troll. Because me and you have both, dealt with trolls before. This is how someone becomes a troll. First, they discover you.
Yep.
They discover you. They, for whatever reason, I'm like, I choose her. I like her. I feel connected to her. Then they start experiencing you and they're like, yeah, I like her. I actually love this girl. I think we would be friends. This is my girl. I love her. Then like you're at Thanksgiving dinner or you're out with friends or you're on the phone and you're like, oh, you know Paige Sorbo? And someone goes, oh yeah, I know Paige. Oh yeah, I love her from somewhere else. And you somehow for a second feel like, wait, Paige isn't mine. Or like, Hannah's not mine. Other people know about her. Then you start to think about it. So then you start to get upset. You're like, wait. Paige doesn't care about me like I care about her. And I don't like that. And like Paige has been making friends with other people and they see her in different lights than I do. And I feel like disrespected. Like Paige doesn't care about me. Then comes the hate. Now, when people troll on you, they don't just hate you. They used to love you. So they start hating you. So then it's like that Paige, she doesn't give a shit about me. Like she thinks she's bigger than me, whatever. And then they try to destroy you. And I want to just bring up this moment that our Facebook group made me cry.
Like actual tears?
Like
or
actual tears.
Okay,
I was PMSing, but like I cried and I was commenting on the Facebook going like, I'm crying right now.
Wait, is
like,
this when you called me?
Maybe. But it was the day that like we wanted our podcast to go live. On Sunday.
Oh, yes.
And we said we were going to go do an Instagram live and we had everything set up. And then we had a technical difficulty that we had to go later. We had to push the podcast later. But we told everyone we were going live.
Right.
And I was so upset. We worked our faces off to make it work and it just was out of our control. So we get on. We have nothing to say. We joke like, this is a pyramid scheme. Haha, we're so sorry. Like, it's going to get up. We love you guys. Like, I had no service. It was just like, it was rough. But we did it. We showed our faces. The Facebook page, Giggly Squad, apparently, like, it's always just a couple people, but someone was like, Hannah and Paige, I used to love them. Now, like, they're joking that this is a pyramid scheme. They don't give a shit. They don't care about us. And I start just sobbing. And I'm like, all I want to do is make you happy. And then I heard these stages of trolldom. Because what hurts the most is when it's like, I know you. I loved you. And now I don't. But it's really just like, anyway, long story short, what's happening, I'm not comparing my fame to Charlie because she's on like a whole nother level and I can't even imagine like
no, I couldn't
Dunkin'
imagine.
Donuts has a drink for her. So her thing is she posted, I saw just like sobbing on Instagram Live.
I mean, she's 16. Could you think about the mental state that you were in at 16 regarding anything. Like everything that happens to you when you're 16 that's catastrophic
Oh my God.
in your mind is
Yep.
the end of the world.
Yep.
Like you think you'll never love again, like when that
Yep.
guy breaks up with you, or like
Yep.
no one will ever be your friend. Like you think your life is going to suck. Could you imagine the feeling of millions and millions of people just being like, fuck you? She lost more followers in one day than I'll ever even have in my life. Do you know what I mean?
So what happened is, if one person sends you a mean message, it sucks, but you're like, whatever, like you're a crazy person.
Yeah.
But what happens with trolling, it becomes this group mentality where the trolls like jump on it. So when you have hundreds of thousands and millions of people telling you you're a shitty person,
Yeah.
you start to be like, wait,
1000%.
am I a shitty person?
Yeah. 100%.
It's all just a group mentality, and that's what happened in all of history. Is whenever you put a group together, some people will start hating people and you jump on that bandwagon. And I empathize with Charlie, but also it's like TikTok, the algorithm was so crazy in the beginning that like, I don't know, people were blowing up for like, she's an incredibly talented dancer, but like no one would expect that she would become that famous from doing TikTok dances as a 16-year-old. When there's like, no offense, Charlie, there's some way more talented dancers out there.
Right.
But there was something about her likability and like innocence,
Everything
or I don't know.
happens for a reason. Like she was, you know, she blew up. For whatever reason, she blew up, and she's 16 years old. Like some shit's gonna happen. And what she said and like whatever her demeanor was, okay, if there was a camera on me at 16 and every time I acted like a brat, I mean, come on. Especially sitting at a dinner with your parents, like I'm sure there's a billion times in my life that someone could be like, wow, what a
But it's
fucking
also hard because like
asshole.
she didn't get famous for her personality. She got famous for
Right.
these TikTok dances,
Okay,
and
that's
now
the other
they're
thing.
trying to sell her personality. They gave them a podcast, and it's like you can't just expect them to just know how to do it. It takes
Right.
years of like me
And
and you have been
also, not to sound like whatever,
a brat.
but but I was watching their YouTube and I had that exact thought. I was like, oh wow, they're trying to do like a reality show. They didn't get famous for their personalities. They're not whatever. It's awkward because it's hard to do that. People think like, oh, it's easy to just have a camera in your face and then just like be yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's really hard.
I would never be able to have done that even when I was 24.
No.
Like,
no.
I
me
always love
neither.
that we did reality TV later in our life because we kind of knew our opinions and we knew ourselves a little more, because you can't trust
1000%.
yourself with a camera in front of you if you don't really.
I mean, we're almost 30 years old, and when our season when like we start airing, we get terrified.
Yeah.
You know, and we're almost in our 30s and we're
Yeah.
nervous for shit we've said. Could you imagine being 16?
It's just so funny too. Her reaction is so what I would do at 16, where you just go on live and you sob.
You're just like,
why did I didn't think you know that?
So moral of the story, we stand with Charlie is not getting canceled on our watch.
Yeah, Charlie
You
didn't
know,
do anything
like,
wrong.
come on. Yeah, she's
But she's definitely
Whatever.
growing fast, and it's interesting to see someone go from nothing to something in a year and how they handle it.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
so well put. Okay, let's do it next. The Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip are celebrating their 73rd wedding anniversary.
Wow. Do you think they still have sex?
73. No.
Okay.
At what age do you think you stop having sex?
All I know is my Nana went on chat room and said that she still has sex 3 to 5 times a week, and that my papa's still very horny.
Wow.
Verbatim.
I don't think I've ever had sex 3 to 5 times a week. Even in and I'm 28, and I don't think I'm like, am I okay?
No, my Nana's just like, oh, she knows how to have a good time.
How old are Nana and Papa?
Nana is 79 and Papa's like
Wow.
early 80s.
I love them.
How
okay,
old's
so
the Queen? Do we know?
The Queen is 94, and Prince Philip is 99.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I wonder if their kids are just like, well, these motherfuckers.
I mean, 73 years together, you're the same person. You've now morphed into one human because
Or
you've
you
been
literally hate each other so much you can't even like look in a similar direction.
Could you imagine being with someone for more years than Well, no, I guess that always happens.
Then you're with yourself. Wait a second.
It's like, wait a second.
No, I think relationships evolve from like, they just become like your partner in life. It's like your mom. Like, you're not like, oh my God, you have to spend another year with your mom. You're like, no, she's my person.
Right. No, I get it. I get it.
I want to talk about, because I've been watching The Crown.
Okay, let's talk about it, because
apparently Queen Elizabeth, I love how excited you just got. Queen Elizabeth is not happy with how they're being depicted, which makes me laugh so hard to think of Queen Elizabeth watching Netflix. Like, we watch Summer House and being like, no, I don't like how that came out. No,
yeah, you're like, not it. False, not what happened.
Okay.
She's like, I want to tweet about it, but that's even crazier. Like, whatever. I'll just take it. It'll blow over. People aren't even gonna watch. It'll be fine. Like, that's what goes through my head. I'm like, in 2 weeks, no one's even gonna remember.
But I think that the Queen is upset because they're just showing how the traditions of royalty are hurting relationships, in that they basically forced Prince Charles, who is way better looking in The Crown than real life.
I mean,
I would fuck the shit out of fake Prince Charles.
Agreed. That's literally like if we did a movie and we got like Angelina Jolie and like Jen Aniston to play. Wow, what an interesting pairing. I wonder if they'd get along. But that's how it feels.
That's
like
what
for
they
Prince
should
Charles.
do, though. They should make a huge movie, the two of them, and just be like, fuck you, Brad Pitt. Like, I love doing that when you don't like your ex's new girlfriend and then they break up, and then you could finally talk to her and be like, he was a monster, right? And she's like, yep. And I'm like, now we're best friends.
I have so many girlfriends that like I feel like we've cross contaminated. We're like, oh, what do you think about him? And I'm like, loser, hate him.
I love
so
when you call people losers.
I'd love to have Angelina and Jen really chop it up about Brad.
Oh,
that's the red table talk I want to see.
Manifest it. Should we get them on Giggly Squad?
Yeah.
Imagine if it comes through Jen Aniston's PR, like, hey, these two girls from reality TV have like a subpar podcast.
They giggle a lot, and she's like, oh yeah, I like giggling. That was my Jennifer Aniston. Oh.
I feel like that was like my dad. Like, what?
That might have been worse than my Snoop Dogg.
Okay, wait.
Anyway.
Okay, so I have a real life story that just happened to me in Chicago. So Hannah and I were there for Giggly Squad, and Hannah's mom came, and obviously Lois. And Lenore Burner looked so cute in her outfit, and I was like, where is your outfit from? And she was like, oh my God, the whole thing is Quince. She had the most adorable maxi cashmere sweater dress on. It was this like ivory color. It was gorgeous. And I obviously knew Quince was known for their Magnolian cashmere sweaters, but she also had on this gorgeous matching cardigan. Quince has everything. They have denim, they have leather jackets. Quince's items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands, and they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. And of course, premium fabrics and finishes for luxury feel in every piece. So get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/giggly for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/giggly to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/giggly. Listen up, because I have the perfect gift for people when you don't know what to get them. I have gifted Aura frames so many times. I gifted them to Craig's parents last year. It was the perfect gift, and I was literally racking my brain because I just could not come up with any ideas for a good gift. Aura frames are seamless and easy to use. You add photos with an app with unlimited storage. It's so easy for your older relatives and easy to set up for them. You can take your favorite holiday photo that you would share with your loved ones and the story behind it and just upload it to Aura, and then it will always play when their Aura is on. It helps you interact with your family and friends. And if you have any family members that are bad at technology, Aura is the perfect thing for them. And it's so easy to set up. It's so easy to add pictures. And it really is such a fun conversation starter. For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code GIGGLY at checkout. That's AURA frames.com. promo code Giggly. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday is the best of the year, so don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply. I feel like we're hearing so much about our food and what we're eating and if it's even healthy for us. That's why Thrive Market is something I honestly never think about, but in a good way. Their food is certified organic always, and Thrive Market studies every label to search for the best wholesome ingredients that have been vetted for safety. This is why you don't have to spend hours reading the back of ingredient labels or even thinking about where you're getting your food from. They restrict thousands of ingredients that are found at conventional grocery stores, and every single product is vetted by their team of experts. Thrive Market is definitely on a mission to make healthy and sustainable living easy and affordable for everyone. They seek out brands and products that follow ethical practices, including fair pay and treatment for workers. They have strict quality standards and safe working conditions. Your membership even sponsors one family in need. So if you want to shop at a grocery store that actually cares for your health, go to thrivemarket.com/giggly for 30% off your first order, plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/giggly. thrivemarket.com/giggly.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Oh yeah, so the queen basically told Prince Charles, like, you have to be with Diana. And I was arguing with someone because it's hard to understand why people are so fascinated with Diana. Like, it's not like she was a random girl picked up from the street that became a princess. She's from royalty.
Right. Which I think people forget.
People forget, like, she was supposed to be in that crowd.
Yeah.
She did have, like, a kind of cool haircut, but that was about, like, the only unique thing.
Right.
And I guess she was, like, a girl of the people. Like, she was, like, less stuck up.
Yeah, I think she was just pretty, like, down to earth.
But I guess it's, like, not that hard to be down to earth compared to a royal.
Right.
But anyway, it turns out they basically showed in The Crown, which is amazing. I've never watched it before until this season because I've watched.
Oh my god,
I've watched a ton of Diana documentaries, and I just, like, I'm into it. So you can start it at this season. It shows that Prince Charles was obsessed with this woman, Camilla, was not allowed to marry her because she was not royalty, and she also was married, so it was, like, a little sleazy, shiesty. And Diana gets picked. She like did great with the family, and then he literally ignores her, makes bracelets for Camilla, all this stuff, and Diana just becomes super depressed. She's bulimic, she hates herself, she hates him, and that's where I'm at. And I'm not spoiling because this is literal history. You can Google it. So everyone shut up who just got mad. If I get a DM about spoiling, it's like, this is American history. But Jessica, shut up.
You literally can't spoil it because it's real life.
But, like, I love Diana, and, like, the fact that it's showing her mental health problems behind it, I think is awesome.
Here's the thing that I'm so confused with. It's like, okay, they picked her to be the princess, and then they got mad because everyone loved her. And you're like, wait, what? Wasn't this the point? The sister, like Charles' sister, it's like, should have been smart enough to know that everyone loves her. Why don't you become best friends with her if you want attention so bad, and, like, be nice
why do you think
her?
we're best friends? I was like, Paige is super likable.
Because we're narcissists, and we're like,
I'm super likable.
Great for my brand. No, but it's like,
if you
why
can't
are you
beat them, join them.
Yeah, like, why are you so jealous of her? Also, why don't you just be nice to her and see if you guys would be friends?
It also shows how jealousy is. Like, everything looks greener on the other side, whatever the quote is, because she's jealous of this girl who literally is empty,
hates her life.
Hates her life. It was interesting to see, like, you become princess, everyone's jealous of you, but you're literally locked up in a castle with people who have no affection towards you.
And you know that your husband doesn't love you, and he loves this other woman.
There's something that hurts more between, like, someone that just, like, you're not sure if they love you versus knowing they love someone else. Like, that hurts.
Wow.
Because you know where you're like, oh, we could get there, versus like, no, he has someone else on his mind. Like, that's next level pain.
That's next level pain.
Because you'll never be that. You'll never be that person.
I don't want to jinx myself, but I don't think I've ever felt that pain. Like, I don't think I've ever known that I'm with someone and the reason they don't want to be with me is because they love someone else. They don't want to be with me just because of my general personality.
I think they're like, her captions are much funnier on Instagram than the conversation we're having right now. But I actually
like, I think
feel
she's
like
cute, but
I felt that way when I was like really little. Do you know when like, because nowadays if you like someone, it's like you try to date or you don't. But like when you were little, you'd find out like the guy you like has a crush on like someone else.
Yes.
Like in elementary school.
Yes.
So that was like my darkest moment. But I think he was doing it to make me jealous. That's what I told myself. Once this one girl was super mean to me, and my big crush who liked me, and I think he was dating her to make me upset. They started dating, and I did the most fucked up thing I've ever done in my life.
Tell us.
I was 11 years old, and this is deviant. I went up to her, and I told her, hey, I heard that he's going to break up with you, so you should definitely break up with him first. And then I went up to him, and I said, hey, she's going to break up with you, so you should do it first. And then watch them in the playground break up with each other, and then just was like, am I Machiavellian? And then I was like, I think I should fuck guys. I'm just going to take over the world.
Wait, how old were you?
11. Paige, I'm like an evil genius.
Picturing 11-year-old Hannah Burner on the playground just watching this go down is I will think of this moment anytime I'm upset. Because just the thought of like
told
your
no one that I
straggly
did
brown hair blowing in the wind, just being like, yes, it's all
There's some
happening.
leaves in the background. I literally told no one until this day. Like,
So
that's
what
how
happened
good it
with
was.
you and the guy after?
Oh, he actually admitted that he like had feelings for me after like college, like one of those where he's like, let's try to make it work. And then he like didn't grow as tall as I wanted him to. Like he was super cute in middle school.
Got it.
Yeah. Oh, that's that. Anyway, what else is up in front page news?
Anyway, Luann has a new boyfriend.
Lou.
Yeah,
we
so
love Lou.
We love Lou. He is a personal trainer. They were spotted out in the Hamptons at like a popular restaurant, and they met on Hinge.
Do you know what's so funny? I had lunch with Luann. You remember?
Okay.
Over the summer, she like has a place in Sag Harbor, and she takes this little boat out to Shelter Island, and some gigglers were like, Hannah, Luann wants to get lunch with you. And I was so nervous because it was Luann's assistant who knew who I was, not Luann.
Got it.
So I brought my mom because I was like, maybe they'll get along because they're like literally the same age.
Right.
And we got hammered. Luann was amazing, and she was telling me that she's on Hinge. And that's when she started telling me like about how European guys are like the best guys to date, and how like she can't date these boys, and like she's epic.
She's
But
epic.
It
I
sounds,
would not expect her. I don't know why, but
To
I
be
would
on
not.
Hinge?
Yes.
I think that it's hard out there. And
It's
I
hard
also
out there in
think
the
she has a
streets.
very young energy to her, where she kind of wants to just do what the kids are doing. And she has a liveliness to her. Like, she literally is just hanging with us, drinking beers. She loves talking to people. She's very social. And Hinge, I mean, I love Hinge because they give you the height.
Yeah, they
And
do.
You can see their personality immediately. This is how I do Hinge. I look at their, if they're hot and they don't have like a fish photo. And then if they're hot, there's so many times I'll see their answers and be like, thank God I didn't go on a date with them. Like, you know, they're going to be
Right.
boring. My favorite is when people are
Yes.
like, I love good food and I love traveling. It's like, shut the fuck up. Everyone likes good food, and you going to Daytona Beach once for spring break is not traveling, you boring fuck.
You know what I find fascinating on Hinge is sometimes I'll come across someone's profile and I'll just be like, whoa, we couldn't be more opposite. And this is fascinating to me. Like someone that's like, I just like reading books and like going to
Hiking.
museum. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, we'd hate each other. And I'm just interested on like what that would be like.
There's also the way people answer questions. Like, they'll be this, people love doing like, where would you be at a party? And it's so easy to be like, by the food or by the pet. And like,
Yeah.
if people say by the food or by the pet,
Get a personality.
it's not a personality trait that you like dogs. Okay, that's all I
Right.
have to
Like
say.
it's over. It's done.
Like, I like
like,
cats. That's cool.
All the jokes on like we love The Office. Like shut the fuck up.
Stop it. It is a widely accepted comedy that everyone finds funny. You're not unique. Oh my God, I love shitting on.
You're not unique. If you're like pizza, like you love pizza, yeah, no, it's bread and cheese. Everyone loves it. Like, if you don't love it, you're a weirdo. Anyway, so those are our sentiments on Hinge. Dating
We love Hinge.
We love it.
I actually do. I met British Dave on Hinge.
Oh, yeah. I've never met anyone on
Hinge has like good foreign guys too in New York. Like a lot of
Really?
Irish, a lot of British.
So crazy. I don't want people to attack me, but like, I don't think I've ever gone on a date with someone who has an accent.
Paige, as someone who has the most incredible fake British accent, the
Oh,
fact you
stop
wait,
it.
Paige,
Don't.
you
What?
need to date a British guy.
No, I actually do. No, I really do, because I just feel like I want to couple up with someone who really gets me. No, yeah, isn't that crazy? I've never gone on it. I've never even talked to a guy who had an accent. Like, you know, talked like.
What's your favorite accent if you had to besides Massimo?
God, don't even get me started. I mean, I feel like the usual suspects, like British, Australian. I do have one Australian guy friend who is very good looking, and like I do like his accent, but we've never like, you know, we're just friends. But I think British, Australian. I do like Irish accents. Yeah. Do you know anyone?
I'll see what I can do. Oh, I love our manifestation.
Yeah.
Wait, can we wrap it up with just discussing some Bravo?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, are you caught up in Salt Lake City? Have you watched Southern Charm? Are you watching OC? Potomac?
All of the above. I don't have a social life, so yes, I'm caught
So
up on
let's
everything.
unpack.
Let's unpack.
First of all, Salt Lake City, epic,
Iconic.
iconic. We're loving it. They get in a fight over the thumbs up emoji.
Okay.
As people, like, these are also older women arguing about emojis. As people who like are of the emoji generation, me and you, not to
Yeah.
brag, but we are. What's your opinion of the fight?
Okay. Did she mean the thumbs up emoji as a fuck you to Lisa? Yes. If you sent me a thumbs up emoji, I would be like, okay. Like, I wouldn't take it as you were saying fuck you to me.
You nailed it. My thing is, emojis are all about context. You can make any emoji shady if you believe in it enough. Like, any emoji can be shady.
Have confidence.
So there is no rule of like that is shady. I mean, like, we don't, for example, the prayer hands, apparently that's two people high-fiving. Like, we just make it what we want it to be.
Right. One time my guy friend said that he sent, like, this girl was texting him sexually and he sent, like, the cowboy emoji back. And I was like, how did you manage to make that, like, sexual? Like, I don't get. He was like, so I sent her back the cowboy emoji. And I was like, why? He was like,
What
you
kind
know.
of weird
and I was like,
emoji
I
role
don't.
play are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't get it at all. Okay, I will say this though. Lisa is my favorite person on the planet currently.
Why?
Her one-liners, if I gave you a Chanel necklace and you choked on it, not my problem. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what? I love you. I'm obsessed with you.
They make us want to step up our game.
And here's the thing. What she did to Heather, is that her name? The blonde that she pretended not to know, was wrong. And like she meant it, whatever. But the way she fights with Heather being like, I don't care what your opinion is of me. Like it has, what you think of me has nothing to do with me, basically.
Yeah.
She nailed that fight. Like even though she was wrong, she won.
But Heather,
Which is
like,
hard to do.
Do you know why she won? Because Heather wants her to like her deep down.
Yeah. Yes.
The person who cares
the
more will
most-
always lose.
Yep. Which is true in like relationships.
Life.
It's
I think
just
that's our mental health moment. I think we just hit it. If you care too much about anything, which is hard because when you love something or you want something, you care so much. But if you care too much, you will self-sabotage. You will overthink it. You have to just trust and manifest and let that show.
Yeah, let that shit go.
Like relationships, if you
also-
care too much, you fuck that shit up.
At that age, like when I'm a grown, I mean I am grown, which is terrifying. But like
You're
when
like, I'm a
mom,
child bride when I'm not a
I'm
child bride.
When I'm not a child bride, like I don't care today if like someone dislikes me. I'm like, okay, like whatever. If I care that much at that age, like sad.
But this is the thing. Going back to Charlie
I
D'Amelio.
do love Heather though.
Why do you like Heather?
I don't know. I just like her. I feel like she's actually really nice and like just
Yeah.
down to have fun. Like she doesn't,
Yeah.
and she just wants to be liked. Like she's just like, why don't you like me? Like I don't get it,
And I kind of
No,
like
like-
that she got a divorce. Like, good for her. Get out of a relationship
Yeah.
you don't like.
dude. I'm all
even though
about
he's
getting out of it.
loaded.
Yeah, get out of it. Break up.
I do think that it sucks to be hated by someone, but like it's easy to be like, you know what, I don't care what that person thinks. But when it's like thousands of people hating you, like when you're in the public eye and thousands of trolls decide to go at you, then you start to be like, it's me.
I mean, 100%.
But now we're getting dark. Anyway, have you caught up with Southern Charm?
I haven't seen the most recent one.
Same.
But I love Madison.
Why?
I just like her. I like looking at her on my TV screen.
I think Madison has an amazing like star quality to her.
Yes, that's what
when
it is.
she like barely opens her mouth when she speaks and has like I do like my Madison impression that I love where she's just like, if you talk bad about me, I'll kill all of you.
Yeah.
Bless your little hearts, but don't you, Austin, if you fuck me over, I will cut your dick off. Okay?
I love
and
her.
I love my
you
son,
do her voice so
and
well.
I love my hair, and I love being myself. But if you cross me, I will ruin all your lives. Okay? Thank you.
She says it's
like
so,
she never changes the volume.
No, she's always like same
monotone.
Tone. Yeah, and I love it.
Do you think her and Austin will last? They were really lovey-dovey on an Instagram live last night.
They're very cute together. I think they have, when you see couples and you're like, wow, you guys are down for each other. Like really down for each other. And I feel like we have kind of more of like an inside scoop because we've been on reality TV. I feel like there's times where I can see Austin and Madison looking at each other and having conversations without saying anything.
Like they're starting to be like us against the world type thing.
Yeah, like they're looking at each other like we got this. You know what? I love that. I want someone to look at me like that.
I know that Madison and I think we had a little tension because last season, Austin and I had a little scene where like we were like kind of flirting, and then I would do some lives with him and I overheard. I don't think Madison was like happy, whatever. Long story short, Austin and I are just friends. Like we've always been. And I love him and I think he's a really good guy, and I don't know Madison, but I just feel like I just want them to be happy. And like Austin is such like boyfriend material, you know?
I think they've like been through some shit, like who hasn't? But if you can
He was so cute with her son.
Yeah, it was adorable. I think they're also like, they look like Ken and Barbie.
They do.
I definitely think that they're gonna make it, and I want them to get married.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I love them.
It's hard because they really are the people you like watching on the show, because Catherine scares me.
Yeah, I would be scared to be on Catherine's bad side.
No, but just in general, how she's like.
What's the new girl's name too?
Oh, I forgot, but I like her.
I like her too.
But the thing with Catherine is like, what kind of person finds out that their baby daddy and person they're with impregnated someone else and had zero emotion? Literally was like, hey, can you pick up my car? Like, hey, do you have almond milk? Like that was how she spoke when she was like, Thomas made someone pregnant. And Danny's like big eyes were like, ah!
I mean, that's crazy. I think she knew she was being filmed, and she was just holding it all in because she didn't want to come off in any certain way. So she was just like, just having a baby with someone else.
But they also found out that like it's her lawyer, so like she kind of knew something shady was going on. I just can't believe he didn't tell her, and I can't believe that he was on our TV screens again.
No,
didn't he
nobody
like tweet
talked
shit
about that
saying
enough.
Like I'll never
no
be
one
on that
talked
fucking
about
show
it.
again.
Yeah. Why wasn't that a bigger deal? Like when he popped up, I was like, what the? He creeps me out so much. So like I get the heebie-jeebies when he's on the TV. I'm like, no, I don't like it.
It's a final question. Do you think Cameron's, I mean, I won't even put it in the universe, but do you think Cameron's husband was in any way guilty of anything?
I love Cameron. She was my favorite. I loved her since she was on The Real World. I think she's adorable. I think she's so cute. It pains me. But I think where there's smoke, there's fire. And if it really, really wasn't true and you're on a reality TV show that you've been on for 8 years, you know how this works. You could have come onto the show this season and been like, that's a ridiculous statement, and defended yourself. But I think for you not coming on because you're scared of what could really come out, that makes me think that like maybe he did slip up, which like, okay. We'll never know.
But I do think that reality TV, if you look at it historically, especially The Housewives, it will tear apart your relationships. And it almost feels like maybe her stepping back was her being like, it's time for me to now work more on my relationship. And
which
my
I
family.
get, which I think she made the right decision. I think everyone comes
I think
to
Naomi too, like,
Yep.
because if they want to continue, then her and her boy need to start like showing more shit.
Right.
And he was getting a lot of hate, and that he probably was like, look, I didn't sign up for
Right,
that
like I
kind
don't
of
want to be on it. And
backlash.
she was like, cool, I love you so much. You're above this. You're like,
or just, it's not his path, it's not his journey.
yeah. And she's like, I'd rather be a wife.
Finally, let's talk about the OC. Have you been watching? Is it like the one-off that people like aren't excited about of the Housewives?
I'm not excited about it. I don't care about the OC Housewives. I don't want to be attacked for this. It's definitely the trashiest of the franchises.
Was it always though?
I don't know. Even though it's like the original, they're the original franchise. They're the original.
Do you remember
franchise.
Megan Edmonds was on it?
Yeah.
Wasn't Heather Dubrow on it?
Yeah, I used to
Like,
love it. No,
that was. It changed
when Heather was on it. I think was my favorite. Right now, I just like I'm not invested in any of their lives.
This is what's hard. I love Gina. Gina makes me laugh. But Bronwyn has cried the entire time, and as someone like, crying is healthy and it's something I'm trying to do more. It's like an orgasm for your eyes. However,
You haven't
it's
cried
hard
in
to
a
feel
minute.
empathy for her because she's like calling people's kids Lemonade Boy. She's like,
Yeah, she's like a whole mess. There's almost part of me that I really don't want to say this because we are on reality TV and people say like crazy shit about us. So I don't want to be like a hypocrite. OC feels very, we're on a TV show. Like we have to make it explosive. We have to do this and we have to do that. So like people are watching. Like it almost feels like a little bit fake. I'm like, okay, well, that's like, you're being like a little outrageous.
well, also the whole like, did Shannon say that Gina's house was sad is like 3 episodes in now, and it's like this is an off-camera conversation. Like this is not interesting. Like no, we'll
Like, I
never know
don't
the answer.
I don't care.
Also, Shannon, you're renting.
Right. I think that OC is one of the only franchises that like, okay, they fight and there's crazy, but I love when Housewives adds in like some funny stuff too. Like they never have funny things that happen. Do you know what I mean?
Also, Kelly Dodd is in like every controversy ever.
You know my thoughts on Kelly Dodd.
Oh, when she like laughed at her
No, she scares
performance.
me. She just scares me. Like I'm nervous. Like
Someone showed that like Kelly Dodd actually looks just like Shane, who's Emily's husband, like a meme. And it like looked, and people were like, let's piss off Kelly Dodd. But yeah, I've been watching Little OC.
like I want to like it, but I've been like in the middle of episodes and I'm like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. And I like turn it off. You know, where like Potomac and Salt Lake City, I'm like, I need more.
Can we discuss Potomac for a second? Because I'm afraid I'm in a fight with Candace.
First of all, you did amazing on Watch What Happens Live. Tell me why you feel like that.
Okay, so I was on chat room, and Portia is best friends with Monique. Her and Monique and T'Challa and all the families like go on vacation. She loves Monique, and she's been taking Monique's side a little, and then Giselle is taking Candace's side.
Okay.
And I watched the fight. I watched it many times because I have to talk about it. And what happened is I think Candace got a little drunky because Candace was actually acting a lot better and mature. I thought she was super mature at the lake house. When she like walked away, I think Monique was being a little crazy and like trying to stir shit up. Candace got a little drunk at the winery.
Yep.
And she started doing the whole drag me, bitch, drag me. What are you gonna do? Drag me. What are you gonna do? Drag me. And then Monique did the little hair flick. And then Candace touched her jacket.
Yeah.
And then Monique dragged a bitch. So when I was on the talk show, I kind of was like, look, like, talk shit, get hit. Like, what did you mean when you said drag me? But then it's ultimately like, I don't want to enforce, be like, oh, you should like hit people.
Right.
But I just was saying, like, it's not like she didn't. My mom as a principal would say, like, Monique got suspended. But like, if this happened, but Candace also like definitely had a couple detentions for this. Like,
Right.
It wasn't so simple. So then I go and watch Emma's live. I think Candace knew what I said about her. I think she did. I don't think she likes me. I'm saying I don't think she likes me. And that's okay because, you know, my job is to have opinions on people I've never met.
Right.
And that was my opinion.
You've made a whole career of
made a whole
just
career of it.
talking shit.
And I don't really know her. She was nice. She's in like but she's in dark drama because now it's become legal. You know,
Right.
Ash, what's your opinion on her being so mad that Ashley made a statement saying like Candace put a butter knife to her face? Because people are like really upset at Ashley about it. But my thing is like, Ashley hates Candace. Like, she's not being snaky.
I just think it's like okay, yeah, no, you can't touch someone. Like you
No.
like you can't, that's never the answer. You cannot touch someone.
Definitely not an answer.
I don't care if they said the most horrible things to you that anyone's ever said in their lives. Like, you just can't touch someone. In the same breath, if someone touches you, it's so like loserish to like get the cops involved. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you're in school and someone does something and then you go tell the teacher and you look at that person, you're like, dude. It's like when someone
Well, my thing
raises
is,
their
I'm
hand
okay.
and says, you forgot to give us the homework. You're like, bro, come on.
Get the cops involved, but then don't get upset if it gets messy. Because I just have to say, when rich people start suing each other and getting cops involved,
It's like come on.
no shit, Monique is gonna come back with something. Like, when you're rich, you're not scared of getting lawyers involved. So like, she's all like, oh my god, Monique countersued, or Monique whatever, or Ashley's getting a statement. It's like, yeah, it's gotten ugly and these people are never gonna be friends anymore. And I don't know how Potomac is gonna continue with these like 3 people who like can't be in the same room.
Like, you'd have to legitimately threaten my entire life and like be sending me ransom letters for me to like call the cops.
Especially if I was like, punch me,
Especially if I'm, like,
and then you
on a
punch me and I'd be like,
reality-
no. The thing
Yeah.
is, no, don't punch, don't do whatever. But it was shady. But also, like, I just want to tell Candace, if she's listening, I don't hate you, girl. I'm
Yeah.
just having opinions. I love you. I respect you. You have a beautiful voice.
There is something like to be said about Monique, like to actually be in a situation and touch someone is kind of crazy, because I feel like I've been in situations before where like I'm like, oh my god, I think this girl's gonna hit me, you know, and like you just freeze. And one time, this is okay, quick story and then we'll be done. One time I was in college, I was with my boyfriend who I dated in college, very good looking human, just recently got engaged, good for him. Anywho, I'm out with him and there's this girl sitting by us who like we kind of know, and she says like a rude comment to my boyfriend, like, and touches him in some way, and I was just like, ugh, I like don't love that she just touched you, and also like you're gross. And then she said something to me and was like, what was that? And I like immediately got nervous, but obviously I'm Italian and from Albany, so like I have to talk a little bit of shit under my breath.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't talk to me, you have like your tongue pierced. And she goes, what did you just, I mean, this girl had her tongue pierced. She was like, what did you just say to me? And she leaned over and she pulled my hair. And in that moment, I was like, you could literally punch me in the face and I'm not doing anything. Like, I could never defend myself or touch someone back. And I just like backed up and I looked at my boyfriend. I go, she pulled my hair. Like, I have to now run away.
You don't know what you're going to do until you're in this situation. I got a drink thrown at me once, and I never thought, like, I'd never had a drink thrown at me. Once the drink was thrown, I walked away, and I was like, who knew that I was a classy ass bitch? Because I didn't know I was.
Because
like, I talk
was-
so much shit.
I always want to hype it up. Like, if someone came at me, like, hold my hoops, I will fuck you up. In reality,
If
we're
someone
like,
could drink at me, I'd break my glass.
oh, did she just touch me?
I was like, I need to remove myself from the situation.
You
But
start talking with a British accent. You're like, you are so uncouth.
that was uncouth, and I didn't
Just
want to
like, oh
relate
my
to
God,
you at
no.
all. I also think I have one more question.
Okay.
Let's not forget New Jersey, when Danielle Staub pulled Margaret's hair. Danielle was saying terrible things. Margaret poured a drink on her, and then Danielle yanked her hair, and she got like actually like what's her name is fine, Candace, physically.
Yeah.
I think Margaret actually got like whiplash or something.
And here's the thing. And Margaret's not like calling the cops. She's just like, and I don't fuck with you anymore.
No, but then everyone turned against Danielle and basically was like, hey, you went too far. But Teresa jumped in Teresa is fine with her because Teresa's, you know, she's seen worse shit than that. She's flipped tables.
She's just like, get over it.
I do think like I don't know, but regardless, I also think that like you never want to get to that physical level, obviously.
Moral of the story is Hannah and I would never start a physical altercation, and if one happens with us, we're not going to continue it. Like, we would just stand there like shocked.
But I do have to say, if a girl ever like touched you,
yeah, okay, that's a different situation.
then I would jump in and whoop that ass.
Yeah.
And there's also a weird thing. Girls like don't mess with me, I think, because I'm like weirdly muscular.
Yeah.
Like I've never felt.
If you really wanted to, you could kick the shit out of someone.
That's the thing. Like I know I'd whoop that ass.
But
you are a dainty little cricket. However, I am a solid force to be reckoned with, and I will be your bodyguard. Like if we went out post-COVID and like people said shit to you, I would just stand there and be like, what'd you say?
Part of me wants to see like you punch someone in the face.
Italians are more like, is there a problem here?
Yeah, like we just talk a lot.
We talk a lot.
Like,
and like Candace, shout out to you. I respect a girl with a sharp tongue. Yeah. But at some point you're going to say it to the wrong person 1,000%. And there will be repercussions. But no one was really right in that situation. But I don't want to say that like, I definitely think Monique was more wrong. Sorry, that was just like something I had to get off my chest.
The holiday season can be stressful, but not with Nordstrom. They have a gift for everyone on your list, including yourself. Discover the best gifts and party dresses for festivities this holiday season. Get festive fashion advice from Nordstrom experts for free in stores, online, and the Nordstrom app. They have gifts for everyone. Stocking stuffers, gifts under $100, gift cards. Give whoever is on your list the perfect gift. The gift of choice. Gift cards let them explore Nordstrom on their own time. Explore more at Nordstrom in stores or online at Nordstrom.com or download the Nordstrom app. It's about to be that month where a lot of shopping is going to ensue. I feel like at Thanksgiving, that's kind of when I start making my holiday list. I like see people and I'm like, oh, what can I buy you this holiday season? Since we know we're about to be swiping our card a lot, Rakuten is the best way to save lots of money this holiday season because you can stack holiday sales and deals on top of cash back to maximize your savings at over 3,500 stores. Meaning you can go to Macy's, you can go to Walmart, you can go to Urban Outfitters. All of these places will give you the highest cash back rates of the year, all the way up to 15% cash back at some of your favorite other brands like Sephora, Kiehl's, Tarte Cosmetics. Rakuten also finds you the best deals, sales, and coupons. They do the work of searching for coupon codes so you save time and money. Plus, membership is free and it's easy to sign up. Join the 17 million members who are already saving. Start all your holiday shopping at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app to start saving today. Your cash back really adds up. I'm always trying to get healthier, and whether it's your New Year's resolution or randomly during the year, you're like, this is the day I start to get healthier. Why don't you give Symbiotica a try next time? They're the only thing that I can always count on to consistently keep my health in check. They have these easy to take liposomal packets that make your supplements easy and quick to take. I genuinely trust Symbiotica with their ingredients, and there's so many supplements that contain harmful additives, but Symbiotica's products are made clean and with intention. They don't contain seed oils or preservatives. My favorite is the magnesium. It helps with focus and sleep regulation. I also obviously love their liposomal vitamin C. I take those all the time, especially when I'm on planes. They're always in my carry-on bag. You guys have to get your hands on these products while their Black Friday sale is happening right now. Head over to Symbiotica.com for 25% off. That's Symbiotica.com for 25% off. And do something for your health today.
What makes a great pair of glasses? At Warby Parker, it's all the invisible extras without the extra cost. Their designer quality frames start at $95, including prescription lenses, plus scratch-resistant, smudge-resistant, and anti-reflective coatings, and UV protection, and free adjustments for life. To find your next pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contact lenses, or to find the Warby Parker store nearest you, head over to warbyparker.com. That's warbyparker.com.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
No, did we have a question? Like a
We do actually have one advice question.
Okay, let's
from
make a quick one.
Yes,
Okay,
at SOL get at me. This is a guy. This is a guy giggler.
Ooh.
Straight guy giggler.
Oh my God.
I have very close female friends, 1,000% platonic, he said. Might be overcompensating. But my girlfriend feels like they are backup girlfriends. Help.
This is a hard one.
Because there are guys, I like when guys have good platonic female friends because it makes me feel like they grew up with sisters, they understand women, whatever. I hate to say this, but it like depends how hot they are and how good their personalities are. Like if they're hot with terrible personalities and they're just his friends, no.
Yep.
But if they're like actually good people, solid history, like then you're just being insecure. Like you know when a girl wants to fuck your mans. Even if he thinks they're just a friend, you have to stop.
There's a meme, and it's quite possibly my favorite meme that's ever created. And it's a guy saying, my boyfriend thinks that all my guy friends want to fuck me. And I think about that a lot when I'm fucking my guy friends. Okay, here's how I feel.
Wait, a girl is thinking that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of guy friends.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference between my platonic relationships with some of my guy friends and my other guy friends is if I want to sleep with you or not. Like, if I'm not sexually attracted to you, then you're platonic. If there's something, like, if I find you attractive, we probably flirt sometimes.
But those guys you're not attracted to, do you think they're friends with you because they're attracted to you?
Yes.
So I have a very, people are always like, the guy girl friend, debate. You don't know what the answer is. I do. In any guy girl friendship, there's some sense of attraction.
Yep.
Whether it's physical or
Agreed.
emotional. I'll say it. Andrew Collin and I think Andrew wants to fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
We argue about it all the time, but I think he does.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm attracted to his personality. I think he's very funny and adorable.
Out of all my guy friends, I think I have maybe one that's like my really, really good guy friend.
Yeah.
That we would never sleep with each other. And not because
Yeah.
he's not good looking. I think he's very good looking. But it's just, it would never happen. It would just never happen. But I do have a lot of guy friends that I'm like, maybe one day. Like it's always in the back of my head. I'm like,
well, I just want to say, like, Andrew and I will never have sex. However, it's like he's like my best guy friend, but it like makes it fun. Like you have to have some kind of like fun attraction to them.
There's also people that think like you can never have a legitimate friendship with the opposite sex and there not be something going on. I think that's false.
No,
I think you can.
That's false. That's totally false. Because it's like you could be attracted to their personality and never make any kind of, and just love hanging out with them and think they're so funny and cool.
Here's the other thing. If I was dating someone and my boyfriend was like, I'm uncomfortable with you being so close to them, you have to really put yourself in their situation.
Let's just say that like Andrew and I, we have like, no one's even put it out there. I mean, people joke that we should date, but like if I was dating someone, I can't FaceTime Andrew 5 times a day. It's just not appropriate.
It's inappropriate.
Yeah, even though like there's no one's like nervous and I'm gonna cheat with Andrew.
Right.
It's just no, they're not the man in your life.
Yeah.
And also with all your friendships, you're not gonna hang out as much. So I think
if I had a boyfriend and he's FaceTiming like 5 chicks a day, whether they're pretty or they're not, or I'm nervous or they're not, like it's weird. You can't do like no.
Also
No.
pretty is very like subjective.
Yeah.
If the bitch looks like me and you think I'm hot, then we have a problem.
Honestly, pretty is very subjective. Every time
Yeah.
I've ever been cheated on in my life, I guarantee you the girl's not as hot as me. And I'm like, why did you do this to us? But anyway, so again, it has nothing to do with that.
So what do you think this guy should do? He has very close female friends that are very platonic, but they feel like they're backup girlfriends. I would say to her, if I wanted to date those girls, I'd
be dating them. Yeah, I'd be dating them, but also put yourself in her situation and maybe like reel it back just a little. Like you can't have it your way 100%.
Like don't prioritize their time ever over her time.
So
make decisions based on her, not them.
Reassure her that it is platonic, but also, maybe dial down the amount of times you're talking to them and hanging out with them just to make your girlfriend feel a little bit more secure. There's nothing wrong.
Well, think about it.
that.
Girlfriends or like wives will get jealous when like husbands have a close relationship with their mom. Like obviously they're not going to fuck the mom.
Right.
But it's like, it's the prioritizing of love. So
Right.
just make sure that like she knows that she's more important than those girls in her life.
Yeah, because obviously there's something in your relationship that she's not feeling super secure. Like I've been in relationships where I haven't felt secure, and every little girl I'm like, but do you like her? Is it blah blah blah? And then when you're in a relationship where you're like, he would never cheat on me, like you just never talk about it, like,
and like have more guys nights, or like get some guy friends, like
just be
prioritize
courteous.
this girl.
What's his name?
His name is Soul Get At Me.
Soul Get At Me. Be courteous.
Be couth.
Be couth. So uncouth.
And with that said, thank you for giggling with us today.
Yes,
this was a fun one.
This was. We talked a lot. We
We
chatted
talked a lot of shit.
We chopped
did.
it the fuck up.
We chopped it up. I hope you guys chop up your turkey this Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. We're grateful for the gigglers. You have no idea.
Merch coming soon. If you subscribe to our Patreon, you would be able to see the sweatshirt right now that I'm wearing.
Go to patreon.com/giggly squad. $5 a month. You get all access to everything early, all the videos, some surprise content, and then subscribe, rate, review this podcast so that we can climb the charts for our own, egos.
Peace.
Peace be with you all. Happy Turkey Day. Hope you don't eat tofurkey, but if you do, it's okay. Bye.